it might not, FOMO is kind of the buzzwordy term for it. I think it's more just worrying that you're going to miss something, which,
Mm.
and not like, because it's not just, oh, I didn't get invited to Susan's kegger. It's, just the oh, containers, what on earth are containers? Everyone else knows about it, and I don't. I have fallen behind, and uh, one thing that really helps me with that is to, one, take a deep breath, maybe 5 minutes of mindfulness. That is one of learning to step back and breathe is one of the biggest helpers I've had in this whole process. But reach out to your contacts, your coworkers. Like, do you know what Docker is? Do you know why you would use it? And I've found that all of my advice is good, but there isn't quite anything quite as good as a community. Like just having people to reach out to and just be like, have you experienced this? That has been one of the biggest helps, and why I will never stop going to these conferences. Like it opened a whole world of just like minds to me. It's been a giant help.
Yeah, just knowing you're not alone in feeling anxious at work, I
Yeah.
think is a good start. And we'll talk more about what you do for stress management to reduce your
Yeah.
anxiety and the mindsets later. You mentioned that when you went to a conference, you felt a bit of an imposter because everyone else seemed to know what Git was, and
Yep.
you're like, I don't use that yet.
Yeah.
So tell us a bit about that imposter syndrome, because I think quite a few people have that.
Yeah. It, of course, as part of what imposter syndrome is, I felt like it seems silly even looking back on it right away, but I felt like I was the only one who had it. And it's just, again, part of the anxiety. But I've almost everyone I've talked to has experienced it in some way. And it's not even in just our industry. I've talked to we have customer service representatives here because we're e-commerce, and they will experience it also. Like it just the feeling that you're going to get caught, like you're going that someday someone's going to like slam their hand down on your desk and be like, I know that you don't know what you're supposed to. It took probably 2 to 3 years to realized that it was just not just in my head, but it was something that I was kind of perpetuating. But one thing I've kind of used as a mantra since then is fake it till you make it, which is not, that one's not mine. That one has kind of existed out there for a while. But particularly with the Git, it was, well, I'm going to try, just start. That is something that is so important in the fear of missing out and imposter syndrome, is to like, well, I've decided that this is something I should know, just start doing it. And you'll be amazed at how fast things will fall in. Like just getting Git installed on my machine and just running commands. Really, you will, you won't be an imposter anymore because you're doing it. Like I like to remind myself that like my key skills as a developer are problem solving and Google. Like it's just the ability to realize you don't know something and it's okay to look it up. Like, and then retaining it at a certain point. But if there were honestly, we should probably start cutting checks to Stack Overflow where I work. Like it's always open. Like you never know, because we're a relatively small team, and we don't have. I believe our oldest developer is at about 10 years development, so we don't know everything, and just being okay with not knowing everything is really it helps fight the imposter syndrome when you know that nobody knows everything. You just have to be okay you need to let yourself not know things.
Yeah, and I